The original view is that I wish to have left the world in a better place than when I started. I've now cut that back to just the farm. We're in South Otago, and Waitahuna is our wee township down here. We came here in 1979, so sort of getting the hang of it, but the climate keeps changing, so as soon as I think I've got something under control, it seems to change. Jet, carry. Come up here, come up here.
Sediment's a massive problem in our waterways. We know one of the major contributors of sediment to our waterways is from winter grazing practices. So the project came about because we realised we didn't have any data on the impacts of sheep on a vintage forage crop. We'd actually had quite a bit of data from previous studies with dairy cattle. So we've got a 3-year study with 2 catchments that are similar size and similar features. What we're trying to find out is there a difference if we leave the critical source area of these catchments in uncultivated and ungrazed?
We have 280 hectares on this block. We run around 2,500 stock units on it. We winter graze, we do about 12 hectares a year. We make silage, and the 12 hectares are Swedes, and then they go into grass the next year. It's a form of regrassing and wintering stock.
When we collect the samples from the site, we return them to the lab at Invermay, and we subsample for analysis in nitrogen, phosphorus, suspended sediment and E. coli. The other sampling that we do is soil physical analysis. We do that pre and post grazing, and that is to get an understanding of the impact of the grazing on the structure of the soil, which in turn will also have an impact on the infiltration rate and also the runoff of suspended sediment.
There are 2 key findings that I've observed from this study. The first one relates to the effectiveness again of the critical source area management. That type of protection and buffering does seem to have also delivered the improvements that we observed for dairy and that we were hoping we'd get for sheep. It seems to me that critical source area, the improved management of those areas, has reduced losses by at least a half. The second key finding, I think, is that the impacts that we've measured in terms of runoff from sheep grazing appear to be less than what we've observed for equivalent landscapes grazed by dairy cows.
Yeah, this research will definitely benefit New Zealand sheep farmers. It will provide an evidence base that they can use to help them implement their winter grazing practices on farm. There are a lot of regulations coming at farmers at the moment on winter grazing. This is an important piece of research to help farmers manage their winter grazing operations.
Leaving the critical source in grass is definitely helping. It's hard to know until you do the science, but they do definitely work from the information I've had back from these trials.